In this video, we will go over how conditional logic can be used to hide or display content in your Word document depending on how questions are answered. Let's say in our first example, we have a drop-down question of, will the employee be subject to a non-compete clause? With the ID has non-compete and the options yes and no. Let's say there's a clause in your agreement that should only appear if the answer to the question is yes. To encode this into the document, you'll need to wrap the conditional clause with an opening tag and a closing tag. We'll start our conditional opening tag with a hashtag followed by the ID, so has non-compete. And we want this clause only to appear if the answer to this question is yes. So we'll insert a double equals followed by the value in double quotes. It's important to make sure that the value matches the casing that you set in the options in your questionnaire. Now we'll add a closing tag. So this clause will only appear if has non-compete is equal to yes. Otherwise, the clause will not appear. Let's say in our second example, we have another yes or no drop-down question such as, do you own a business? With the ID owns a business. And then we have a few follow-up questions below, such as what is the name of your business with the ID business name, and what type of business do you own with the ID business type. You'll notice that these two questions have the visibility condition set to owns a business is equal to yes, which means that these two questions will only appear in the questionnaire if the client has selected yes to the first question. Say in your output document, you have the fields business name and business type. Similar to how you would only want to display the business name and business type questions in the questionnaire if the answer to the first question is yes, you would likely only want to display the business name and business type in the Word document if they have answered yes to do you own a business. We can encode this into our document similar to how we did in example 1, where we include our opening conditional tag. So we'll include the ID owns a business equal to yes, and then wrap the closing tag on the other end. This is saying only display these fields if owns a business is equal to yes. Now we can go ahead and encode our variables business name and business type. So let's go ahead and save our Word document and then upload it into our template. Then we'll save our template. Now let's head over to our questionnaire. So in example 1, let's answer yes for will the employee be subject to a non-compete clause? And in example 2, if we answer yes for do you own a business, this prompts the next two questions where we can insert values for our business name and business type. So let's submit our questionnaire. Now you'll see in the output document, the clause is inserted in example 1 and the business name and business type appear for example 2. But what happens if we go back into our questionnaire and change our answers from yes to no? Let's save our changes and see how this updates our output document. So because we changed our answers to no, now the clause in example 1 and the business name and business type in example 2 are omitted from the Word document. So in summary, you can see how adding conditional logic to the Word document can help you hide or display content depending on how questions are answered in the questionnaire.